Everybody, welcome back to Tony's Picks. I'm Tony T, and joined by Collins Brown. Collins, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It's been a while. It feels good to be back. I feel like I'm back at home,
Absolutely. Great having you back here, Collins. So we're going to get a two-pack here from Collins today here from a College Hoops action here for 30. So we'll go ahead and get this one underway here as joined here by Collins Brown. We'll take a look at the first game tonight, conference tournament action, Big Ten. Early game, 12 Eastern time, has Michigan facing Rutgers. Michigan here laying 3, total 133.5.
Yeah, so we're a little bit we've gone a little bit towards Rutgers here, but Michigan, man, they 11-9 in conference in comparison to Rutgers 10-10 in the conference. They played once in the regular season. Michigan took that one. They won that one by 13 in Rutgers, and that's actually going to play a pretty big role in the handicap here. Rutgers started that game against Michigan 13-3. But Michigan, they've been doing this all year. They went on an 18-7 run in the final 10 minutes, and that gained that separation to give them that 13-point win, again, in Rutgers. I think it's going to come down to, again, who makes that run and when this run happens. In crunch time, Michigan's shown time and time again in conference play that they can make the run later in the game. The Illinois game, they were down, I think, close to 10 points and made a push to put that game into 2 overtimes. So I really think that this Michigan team is just far more athletic than Rutgers is, and they're going to make the push late, and that's going to give them the cover. So I'm going to give you Michigan here minus the 3.
All right, Collins Brown here says go ahead and take Michigan here, laying the 3 here against Rutgers. Yeah, it's hard to argue that one, especially with Rutgers, that team that, it's these teams, it's really hard with some of these teams that good on one end of the court, poor on the other end of the court. Rutgers can defend, but man, it's just a brutal shooting team, the worst shooting team from 2 in the Big Ten, just 32% from 3, 46% with their 2-point shots.
Yeah, and Michigan's one of those teams that's going to focus they're a defensive heavy squad that can score it. So when you look at how they match up against Rutgers, and then like I said, those pushes they make late in games, it's almost like they understand that's how you win college basketball games. It's all about who makes the run and who makes the run at the end. And Michigan's done it in conference play time and time again. And they're still trying to get that bid to the NCAA tournament. Now, I think they're going to squeeze in no matter what, but they really got to make a push here in the Big Ten to get to that, 12, 11, 10 seed. So I think this is a good starting point for them in the Big Ten tournament. So I really like them to get this game. I think it happens late, though.
All right, Collins here on Michigan, lay the 3 here against Rutgers. This one here will have a start time here of 12 Eastern time. This one you can catch over on Big Ten Network. Hey, guys, get on board with Collins Brown over at Tony's Picks. Click the link in the profile below in the handicapper in the comments below and get signed up. Remember, the promo code TonyT at checkout will save you 20% off. Get on board with Collins. A 1-month all sports pass. You'll get all of his pre and plays for that period of time. Covers the entire tournament. Promo code TonyT at checkout, and you will save 20% off. All right, let's continue on here with Collins Brown here with his our 2-pack from college basketball here for Thursday's action. Continuing here with the big conferences, we go over to the Pac-12 tournament as UCLA will be facing Colorado. UCLA here laying 9, total 133.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to look at this line and think UCLA only laying 9. But if you remember just a couple weeks ago, UCLA was laying 7 in Colorado and probably should have lost that game in Colorado. UCLA, they shot 7% from 3 in that game. I don't think they're going to shoot 7% again, but here's the thing that I'm looking at. They sleptwalked when they got into Boulder. Why would they not sleepwalk here? They didn't play their best basketball. They don't have to have they don't have to have any sort of win here to solidify them in the NCAA tournament. It's an early game in Las Vegas. I just don't see UCLA waking up for this game. I started at 8, you've gone to 8.5, and you've gone to 9. I think that's more public than I think it is sharp. Again, on paper, you look at UCLA and they're obviously the better team. There's no way I can talk you out of that. But it just comes down to the spot. I don't see UCLA being ready to play this game. They were 18-2 in conference, so they never got tested in conference play. Colorado's coming off a good win against Washington in the same gym they're going to be playing UCLA in. I just kind of like the spot here again with Colorado. It just seems like a lot of points here to be laying.
All right, we got the Collins here. Take Colorado here, plus the 9 here against UCLA. Of course, UCLA, looking either at a 2 seed or maybe a 1 seed. Some say that if they run the table in the Pac-12 tournament, they can get that 1 seed because Cronin made a big fuss about it. A lot of the Pac-12 coaches weren't happy with some of these brackets. And I mean, look, some of the Pac-12 teams had some poor out of conference showing. So I think a lot of it's picking up here in some of these brackets. But Colorado's the team that has the game under them, and sometimes that can help you here, especially in these tournaments, especially against a team that's pretty, as you said, pretty much already has their tickets signed into the dance.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot to look at as far as UCLA. Like, what are they playing for? They sleptwalk in Boulder and beat them by 4. They can sleepwalk here and beat them by 2 or 3. There's really no reason for them to want to get up and play this game other than to win the Pac-12 championship. But even then, like, they're not going to be tested at all. They were 18-2 in conference play in the regular season. They know what they're getting themselves into. So early in the tournament, I'm looking at fading UCLA. Now, the later we get down the line, I'm probably going to jump on board because we're going to see some – I think we're going to see some spreads that start dropping. I think Vegas is going to start looking in the other way, and that's when I'll jump back to UCLA. But right now, it's just too many points for me.
Yeah, and really a 1 and a 2 seed. There, if you're still a 2 seed, you still get favorable seeding. So I don't think that's a big issue there with the 1 or the 2, in my opinion, other than just bragging rights.
No, it's the 15 team. You're going to play a 15 seed or a 16 seed. Either way you slice that, it's not anybody. It's not going to be anybody to just drop the whole. You got to get your whole scouting report ready. It's not going to be like that. So if they were playing for like a 6 or a 7, 8, or 9, where you really need to know where you're at, but a 1 or a 2, like as long as you're 1 through 4, I think you're fine.
Yeah, because they take care of you as far as seating, or as far as regionally, right? You end up in the West Coast, so the fans will be able to travel close. It won't be a long fight for them. So exactly, I see you there. As far as Colorado, they got to pretty much win out here. And sometimes we see those teams, right? 2 games, 3 games over 500. They make that crazy run, and so it's not out of the realm of possibility. Colorado plus the 9 against UCLA. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing their best basketball right now. They're playing their best basketball right now. And 2 weeks ago, they should have beat them at home. It just feels like that Colorado spot. So go ahead and take them with the 9 here.
All right, Colorado plus 9 against UCLA. This one will have a start time here of 3 p.m. Eastern time, which is noon Vegas time. So that's kind of an early start for these kids here over on Pac-12 Network. All right, Collins, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for action here on Thursday. Of course, we've got lots happening as well. Tournament action here on Thursday, as well as NBA and NHL. What do you have going on over at Tony's Picks, or expect to have over at the site?
Yeah, so we're probably going to be pretty basketball heavy still. We are still in that NBA. I'm still NBA heavy right now. College basketball, we're getting there. I kind of wait and get heavy into basketball as soon as we start the NCAA tournament. But these conference tournaments are a really good time for me to start getting feelers out on teams. So be looking for some NBA stuff tomorrow. You're probably going to see anywhere from 3 picks to 5 picks. I was eyeballing a lot earlier, which is kind of why I'm not giving anything out right now for NBA. But I was eyeballing college basketball, and I'm looking at some of those later games. So I'm thinking we're going to have – I had 10 picks out today. I'm thinking I'll probably have another 10 out again tomorrow.
That's right, guys. Again, Roy Collins Brown over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can find him over on the site. He's doing great work over there. And of course, the Flashers records in the NBA. He's been doing great work here. 545 units of profit NBA over the last 7 days. So keep an eye there on Collins Brown. So go ahead and get signed up. He'll have a long-term passes up for you. His 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. You get all of Collins premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to his handicapper page, you can make that purchase. And of course, don't forget the promo code. You can save 20% off all premium pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Collins' page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and go ahead and get signed up and get that long-term pass. That's the best value right now. That 30-day pass to get you all of Collins' premium plays for the entire NCAA tournaments, as well as those minor tournaments. You know they've been in action with those NIT, CBI, the Basketball Classic. He loves baseball, right? So the first week of baseball is included in that 30-day pass, and we're paying attention to baseball, Collins, because we know you're a former collegiate athlete. You were a player up there, and of course, keep an eye on some of the spring training, some of these new rules as a catcher, former big-time catcher in college baseball. What's your thoughts here of what's going on? I heard Roger Clemens say that the pitchers they're not going to become pitchers anymore; they're just become throwers with these new pitch clock.
No, and this is what I would keep. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I could go forever on it if I want. If you had me for that long, I'd go forever. But I'm gonna keep it like this. look for somebody to break Ricky Henderson's single season steal record. Not this. I don't know if it's going to happen this season, but if they keep this pitch clock in play, there's no way that it doesn't get broken. I mean, we saw Anthony Volpe from the Yankees stole 2 bases in back-to-back pitches just because of the pitch clock. When you know the pitcher's got to come to the plate, it becomes that much easier to time up the delivery. So I would really pay attention to stolen bases this year. Stolen bases turn into runs. So it's going to turn the whole MLB upside down. I think you're going to see a lot of small ball now because the bloops and the blasts aren't really going to help you when you can steal and get guys in scoring position rather easily. So be paying attention to some of these guys stealing bases.
There you go. Former big time college baseball catcher. He's going to keep an eye on these rules, and you want to think about that baseball when you get that 1 month pass, because that'll be part of it with Collins Brown. All right, Collins, it's always great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good one.
You got it, Collins Brown, here on our segment here on Tony'sPicks.com. You guys, remember, be sure to get signed up with Collins. Use that 20% promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. All right, guys, we'll talk with you guys again next week.